Education of Sri Lanka, the Director General of National Institute of Education Sri Lanka, representative of Vice Chancellor of University Malaya, the Dean, and distinguished guests. Please rise to the Malaysian National Anthem, the University Malaya song, and the Sri Lankan National Anthem. Minister of Education of Sri Lanka, Mr. Bandula Gunawardana, the Director General of National Institute of Education, Sri Lanka, Professor Dr. Abhayaratna Bandura, Representative of Vice Chancellor of University Malaya, Professor Datin Dr. Nurhanum Abdul Wahab, our beloved Dean of the Faculty of Education, Professor Dr. Saida Siraj, Deputy Deans, Heads of Department, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the official signing of MOA report ceremony between the National Institute of Education, Sri Lanka and the Faculty of Education, University Malaya. We are indeed very honored to have all of you here today. Let us begin by spending a minute or two watching the faculty's slideshow. like to now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Education, University Malaya, Professor Dr. Saedah Siraj, to welcome our distinguished guests.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Guest, Minister of Education Sri Lanka, Director General of National Institute of Education Sri Lanka, representative of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Datin Dr. Nur Hanum, our Deputy Ambassador from Ambassador Sri Lanka and Malaysia, Deputy Deans, Head of Department, lecturers and dear students. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah and good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Faculty of Education, I would like to wish a warm welcome, or as we say, Selamat Datang, to the Honorable Minister Bandula Gunawardana, Minister of Education of Sri Lanka, and Professor W.M. Abayaratane Bandara, my very best friend, Director General, National Institute of Education of Sri Lanka, as well as all members of delegation. The Faculty of Education at the University of Malaya has a strong link with National Institute of Education Sri Lanka, as can be seen in the study tour made to Sri Lanka made by University of Malaya delegation in 2013. This visit by the Honorable Minister and Director General marks yet another important step in further strengthening the link between our institutions. When our delegation made the trip to Sri Lanka, they appreciated the care and concern shown by the host for their well-being and the well-organized program of visit. Again, we thank you for being such a good host and enabling us to learn a lot about Sri Lanka and see for ourselves the educational institution there. Right now, Malaysia is embarking on steps to improve student performance in the themes, TIMSS, and also in improving teacher education in line with the newly introduced National Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. Again, this backdrop we can learn from Sri Lanka experience, because Sri Lanka has a very high literacy rate and has made substantial progress in science and mathematics education, among other fields. Two World Bank country report on Sri Lanka in 2013 had highlighted the improved performance in science and mathematics, although some differences between rural and urban provinces do exist. Sri Lanka had carried out science curriculum and mathematics curriculum reform in 2007, and the reforms aim at improving open-ended problem solving, enhancing higher order thinking skills among students. This is also the direction that Malaysia is aiming at, especially in mathematics education. Ladies and gentlemen, the way Sri Lanka has carried out mathematics and science reform is something we can research and learn from in our own effort to improve mathematics and science achievement during the Malaysian educational blueprint period. We note that Sri Lanka has emphasized the role of technology in mathematics and science education, and in this regard, Malaysia researchers, especially from the Faculty of Education here, can contribute and collaborate because of our strong expertise and ongoing research project in this area. We look forward to joint research and development in educational technology with our Sri Lankan counterpart and the possibility of expanding this work to other countries in the region. Another likely area of collaboration is teacher education, where Malaysia and Sri Lanka have a lot to offer. As in Malaysia, Sri Lanka has emphasized teacher quality and the need to become a key hub for knowledge and learning in the world. In Malaysia as well as Sri Lanka, the academic fraternity has raised the issue of graduate employability. I understand that in Sri Lanka there is a cross-disciplinary program to enhance graduate soft skills. This is also one area where we can exchange best practices and share experiences on the long-term result of such program. Ladies and gentlemen, may I add that the Faculty of Education has educated many Sri Lankan students and graduate and postgraduate levels. Some of these students went on to hold high position in the Sri Lankan education system. The student exchange and lecturer exchange effort should continue because diversity in our student population enrich the student community, and the research done by the foreign student, especially involving cross-comparison of educational system, enable us to gain perspective and valuable lesson we can adapt and adopt where relevant. Last but not least, I hope this studio visit to the faculty and university will lead to agreement on further exchange involving educational research and student as well as staff exchange that will be of mutual benefit. Over the past few years, many educational work on multi-country comparison, such as teacher education and science education, had been produced by academic publishers in the West. The academic publishers in Asia have been less cooperative in this regard. Perhaps this is one area we can explore together with our colleagues in Australia so that the Asia-Pacific perspective of education can be more widely disseminated in this increasingly globalized world. The Malays have saying, "Tak kenal maka tak cinta," loosely translated as "we cannot love what we do not know." For too long, the Western view of education has been the prevailing paradigm. It is time to make the world aware and know that there is an alternative and that the Asian academic can offer workable solution to current problems facing education today. Hence, I also would like to propose that the lecturers and educators from our two countries cooperate and work on chapters in book and also collaborate on journal articles on topics such as special education, early childhood education, educational management, and to name a few. In this way, we can capitalize in our strength and increase the respective author citation level. With that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Saida. I'd like to now call upon the representative of the Vice-Chancellor of University Malaya, Professor Datin Dr. Nurhanum Abdul Wahab, to present a speech. Round of applause.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning. On behalf of the Vice-Chancellor of University of Malaya, Professor Dr. Muhammad Amin Jalaluddin, I would like to welcome the Honourable Bandula Gunawardana, Minister of Education of Sri Lanka, and Professor Abaya Ratne Bandara, Director General, National Institute of Education Sri Lanka, and also Major General S.R. Manawaduge, Deputy High Commissioner of the High Commission of Sri Lanka in Kuala Lumpur. Honourable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Education in Malaysia and Sri Lanka share many features, largely arising from our colonial past. Although privatized tertiary education is one of the differences in the educational development of our countries. We also note that there is a minority population of Malays in Sri Lanka. The Malaysian population, too, involves a diversity in ethnic groups with two substantial minority populations, and this has implications for education. Ensuring national unity through education is something that both countries are dealing with, and in this respect, we can learn from each other's experience. Furthermore, tertiary education in Malaysia, as well as in Sri Lanka, is facing the challenges brought about by globalization, as well as advances in technology, which are changing the educational landscape. Universities are grappling with the need to find alternative sources for funding, the competition from traditional universities, as well as newer virtual institutions. Hence, there are many areas where our academics and educational management experts can exchange experiences and share their findings with their Sri Lankan counterparts. I understand that a delegation from the Faculty of Education, Mr. Malaya, had already made a study tour to Sri Lanka in 2013, and the delegation members were very impressed by the progress made in education in Sri Lanka. Hence, Mr. Malaya looks forward to further collaboration with University of Sri Lanka, as well as the National Institute of Education, especially in areas such as teacher education and research. Teacher quality and mathematics and science performance in secondary school are some areas worth exploring. Yet another research focus is the rural-urban divide in education. I understand Sri Lanka has made substantial progress in resolving this issue. The Malaysian government, the Ministry of Education in particular, has been focusing on making Malaysia a hub for higher education in the region. This will entail linking up with foreign institutions in a win-win situation so that we can benefit from each other's expertise. Hence, it is not surprising if branch campuses of Malaysian universities are set up in Sri Lanka one day, or branch campuses of Sri Lankan institutions are set up in Malaysia. To quote our Prime Minister, there are endless possibilities, and indeed, in education, the possible synergies are endless. The University of Malaya will support the Faculty of Education in the faculty's efforts to maintain its position as a leading centre of research and education in Malaysia. Cooperation with Sri Lankan institutions is an example of expansion in the faculty's reach. While the results may not be seen in the immediate future, I hope this will be a long-term collaboration whereby our researchers can concentrate on joint projects, possibly with the involvement of other researchers from neighbouring countries for a truly multicultural and international approach. Last but not least, although there is a lot more of the university and a lot more of Kuala Lumpur that cannot be covered in a short stay, Your Excellency, I hope we have given you a meaningful glimpse of Malaysian higher education and Malaysian hospitality. And I hope this visit will result in a fruitful collaboration for Prof. Saedah and her faculty and Sri Lankan educational institutions. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Prof. Dr. and Dr. Lohana. Indeed, we appreciate your being here. The faculty is now delighted to invite Honourable Minister of Education of Sri Lanka himself, Mr. Bandula Gunawardana, to present his keynote address.
Good morning, all of you. Assalamu alaikum. Representative of Vice Chancellor, Dean, Faculty of Education, other faculty members, other guests, Deputy High Commissioner, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to have a chance to really open things up today. I consider it as a great honor to be here among us, this group of very distinguished education reformers, and as well as people in charge of quality of teaching and learning in University of Malaya. I particularly want to thank Professor Sahida Siraj, the Dean from University of Malaya, for inviting me to deliver the keynote address. First of all, I am going to just very briefly outline the talk today. I won't be able to spend a lot of time on details, and you are interested, of course, I can share my views about what's happened education arena over coffee break. So, I'll be mainly talking about what's been happening at the University of Malaya and NIE Sri Lanka with the signing of MOU and MOA for academic cooperation on 18th February 2013. When we reflected on MOU, as you all know, the main objectives are student and or academic administrative staff exchange, joint research activities, exchange of publications, reports and other academic materials and information, and sharing of the other activities and programs in areas of mutual interest where such sharing shall result in benefit to both parties. When I think back, I feel really happy because progress we have made seem marvelous. We started off with two professors, Professor Said Siraj, the Dean, and Professor Fatima Hasim, the Deputy Dean of the University of Malaya, visiting NIE and conducting a series of lectures. For the Director of Ministry of Education and NIE staff in June 2013. Then we moved on to student exchange program in later part of the same month in 2013. As you all very well know, that 34 students and 6 professors of the University of Malaya visited NIE, and we were able to enlighten them not only on our education system but also about our historical cultural background. They were taken to national heritage sites such as Sigiri, which is considered as the 8th wonder, the Mulla, and botanical gardens of Peradini. They were really mesmerized to witness our forefathers' wondrous skills. Among this gathering, there may be persons who experience the tours organized by NIE. There is no other things than the positive feedback we received to convey that we have kept the promise in implementing the MOU. Moreover, if I think about fast, I understand that Malaysian education system developed fast because your country was able to spend large amount of money on GDP. We highly appreciate the support given by your government in developing our education system. Before I forget, I must tell you that I asked the Minister of Education, the personal maid to UNESCO was granted. The result was the Center for South Asian Teacher Development, which is located at BP in Sri Lanka. Now, we are in the midst of developing it, and we earnestly urge you to extend your support in not only to said center, but also in many other areas, such as recently initiated technological stream, 1000 school upgraded program, which is a novel concept in improve rural school in order to impart better education rural children and to provide equality in education. The education landscape to me is changing so fast, even when I started it 3 years ago. And now I am witnessing changes, and I feel that all the time I have to keep myself up to date with what's going on and asking myself, are we actually catching up with what's happening worldwide? I know for sure that for the first time in the history, NIE coming under the Ministry of Education has entered to MOU with University of Malaya, which has become a historical event. I am very happy about the progress made the past year, and I know that this will be a success. Let us work together to shape our education system for the future, the best equip our children to write a good chapter for our education. I would like to thank all the officials of University of Malaya and Government of Malaysia on behalf of His Excellency President Mahinda Rajapaksa of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Nandi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Gunawardana. It is now time to officially sign the Memorandum of Agreement report, and could we please have our VIPs on stage? Please welcome. The MOA report has officially been signed. Congratulations, National Institute of Education Sri Lanka and Faculty of Education, University Malaya. We hope to have more future collaborations with the two higher learning institutions. Okay, we cannot leave without presenting souvenirs to our beloved guests. Could we please have on stage Honorable Minister of Sri Lanka, Education Sri Lanka, Director General of National Institute of Education Sri Lanka, Representative of the Vice Chancellor of University Malaya, the Dean of the Faculty of Education. Okay, firstly, from the Faculty of Education to the Honorable Minister of Education Sri Lanka, Mr. Gunawardana. Thank you so much for being here. Secondly, from the Faculty of Education to the Director General of National Institute of Education, Sri Lanka, Professor Bandula.
It's a teacher.
We have one for us as well. Thank you so much. Memento from Sri Lanka. From the faculty to Bandula. Thank you very much, Prof.
This for you, Vice Chancellor.
One for the representative of Vice Chancellor. Last but not least, one from the faculty to the representative of Vice Chancellor, Professor Dati Dr. Nurhanum Abdul Wahab.
Made out of stone.
Thank you very much. Let's stay on stage, please, for a photo session. Honorable Minister, Prof. Dekan, representative of Vice Chancellor, Prof. Dati. Just a short photo session. Prof. Moses, Deputy Deans, Dr. Zawawi, Deputy Dean of Research and Development, Prof. Fatima, please, on stage. Thank you. There we have it. Our VIPs on stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Come this way.
Thank you very much, everybody. We hope you have a splendid remaining days in Malaysia. Lunch is served outside. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Thanks.
I took many, but I hope.
Okay. Take only the memories to home.